But again, like I said, thank you for taking this time this afternoon. My name is Javi Sira. I'm the Managing Director at Saralux. And today we'll be presenting the learning management module that is part of our AMS solution, which is Mem360. Mem360 is a true 360-degree AMS that has been built on Oracle NetSuite platform. And the learning management module can be used with the AMS as a unified solution, or it can be used as a standalone LMS as well. And so the configuration, you can choose to, either, like I said, in standalone or as a unified product. So today what I wanted to do was spend most of the time doing on the demo. So we'll spend about 20 minutes or so with the demo. Just want to spend a little bit of time, about 5 minutes, on the company overview, Mem360 as a product, the bigger role of the product. And also, before we jump into the demos, I'll talk about some typical roles that you have in the learning environment and what their journey is going to be like. And we'll step through that during our demo as well. And we'll leave about 5 minutes for Q&A. And my colleague is also on the line, so if you are putting your questions into the chat, he'll try to answer those as well, and if he cannot, we'll try to address those towards the end of the Q&A session, the last 5 minutes. So a little bit about the company. Saralux is the software publisher for Mem360. Our singular focus is working with NetSuite. That's all we do. And within NetSuite, we only work with associations and nonprofit organizations. That's a core focus within the vertical. We specialize in that. We are an alliance partner. We hold every partnership, certification, and authorization that NetSuite has to offer. We have a very deep understanding of a complete life cycle of business processes at associations and nonprofit organizations. We have developed several products and solutions around membership, events, fundraising programs, and of course, learning management solutions. And what Mem360 is, it's a culmination. Mem360 is a culmination of various proven solutions that we have developed over years, and to really bring it all together on a unified platform, which is NetSuite, Oracle NetSuite. So if you look at today in an association, a typical association application landscape, you have many things going on. You have an AMS, where that's its own platform. A lot of times the LMS is not part of the AMS, it is a standalone product. And fundraising is also a standalone product a lot of the times, advocacy as well. And of course, you will always have finance and accounting and all that stuff that is on a separate platform as well. So what happens is that you have all these systems and platforms, and they may have some integration, or they may have file import export going on, or some custom API integrations going on. And this whole thing, that brings in a lot of challenges. There are data duplication, manual data entry, you have data synchronization issues like information lag, and there is no 360-degree view of my member. And the biggest question that you struggle to answer is, where is my single source of truth? And this can all feel like it's all tied together, and it can feel like a Gordian's knot. So what do we do about it? And that's what we have tried to answer with Mem360. Is Mem360 ties it all together. And it's a unified data model. It's on one system, one SaaS cloud-based environment, a proven environment, which is Oracle NetSuite. And above all, that Mem360 then becomes your single source of truth, one database, one system for everything. And this is what we are focusing on today. This is the module that we're going to focus on, which is called Programs and Courses, which is basically the learning management system module. So a little bit more about how this is built in. Mem360 is a certified add-on product for Oracle NetSuite, and it is built using the same platform and tools as the core product. So when you go into the product, you will see absolutely zero difference between where is NetSuite or where is Mem360, because it's just a plugin. And of course, NetSuite is a leading cloud-based solution, which has pretty much every aspect of what you can look for in an application. NetSuite supports multiple languages, 20 languages, 190 currencies. And once you add Mem360 to NetSuite's core platform, you get an AMS, LMS, CRM, ERP, and the accounting system all in one platform, one singular unified data model within one platform, one system. Now, let's step into the LMS module. Before we do that, I wanted to just talk about different roles. I have just about 5 people I wanted to talk about. I have Stan. Stan is a new learner, never been to the association's website. XOR is our demo association that you will see in a second. And then we have Stephen Jones, who is a member and a learner. He's been there for a while. He's attended a lot of courses, already a member of the organization. So we'll experience his journey as well. We will also look at Molly Wilson, who is one of the instructors, how she can do stuff that she needs to do. We will look at Derek Taylor, who is the account administrator for a membership organization. So in this case, he works for Northwell. Northwell is a member of XOR Association, and that member organization, sometimes wants to send a lot of people over for training. So somebody needs to be able to do their group registrations and pay the bills and do all that stuff. And that's what, we'll look at Derek's role in that. And Amy Gomez is the course director at XOR. She works for XOR Association, and she's responsible for the training center. She's the one, and her team creates new courses, new programs, and assigning instructors. She's responsible for the overall revenue and expenses of each course and program. So let's jump into it. So now this is the view. This is what you are seeing is XOR. This is XOR's website, and this is what an outsider would come in and look at the association's website. This is the home page. This is a typical home page that is here, and these are different things that I can do as a person. I just came in, and I'm Stan. Stan is a new person, never been there, so I can come in here. I can go in. I can look at merchandise, I can buy merchandise, I can look and register for events. This is a full-blown event module to do multi-day conference, trade conferences, booths, events, sponsorship, all that is all handled right here. I have basically a full fundraising module we have here where I can come and donate. I can even become a team fundraiser, part of the team. So there's a full comprehensive fundraising module. And of course, there's a membership module to come and join everything that I need to do right here. And of course, we're going to focus on Learn today. Before I do that, I also wanted to show you that this is a multi-language product. So in this case, we have loaded French. So if I needed to change everything to French, I can very easily do that as well by just selecting under this globe right here. So let's look at Learn. Learn is the area, or all these things are all configured for your association's needs. So what's being shown here is programs and courses. So the courses are basically any type of content that you want to have that is a training content that people can register for and attend in different delivery formats. And a program can consist of one or many courses, which by completing those courses, I can achieve a certification. So sometimes it's also referred to as certification programs. So basically a certification program, and I'm going to click right here and say, okay, well, let me look at the programs, what certification programs are being offered. So I'm looking at an advanced certification program in critical care nursing, and I can see some of the information right here, the pricing and the category, audience, and other things, and skill level, but I can click on it. I can look at the details of that. It clearly shows me very easy to read, very intuitive, very nicely laid out. I have this is the category, this is the audience here, these are the continuing education credits you can get, this is the skill level where this is for advanced level people. All this pricing can be configured very easily. There are a lot of levels of pricing that are available. And of course, a lot of course information that is all set up very easily in the back office, which we'll also look towards the end. And details about the course, the description, who is this for, what you will learn. And eligibility is also another thing that's important, because if you want a person to come into a course, into a program, a certification program, they may need to have certain X amount of experience and some education to be able to even apply for that certification program. And of course, it also handles approval process. If your certification program requires approval, there's a complete configurable workflow that can be done to give you a complete control as to who can enroll in your program. Then you have, of course, continuing education credits right here. This here tells you that this program, it consists of these 2 courses. That means I have to complete these 2 courses, and I can add many more things right here if I wanted to, is what makes up this program. And of course, the instructors are right here who are involved with this. So let's go back. So this is just a very quick overview of what a certification program looks like. And I can very easily, I can search for a specific course. There are delivery formats. So any course can be available in multiple formats: virtual, which can be on different dates; in person, can be on different dates and locations; and on demand, of course, which is, these are all Scorum-based content that I can view and go through all the coursework. Different categories, and this is all configurable. When during implementation, this can be configured to your categories, your audiences, and your, what accreditations that you work with for your industry and levels. All this is defined for you, and I can filter by this. I can clear the filters, standard, very standard intuitive features to use. So let's go in and let's look at this course right here. This course is offered in 2 different formats: in person and virtual. And the information is very similar right here. If you can look at it, there's the information about the course, all that stuff is right here. And if I wanted to register, it brings me down to the available classes. I could have multiple class options for this course. So in this case, I have 2 virtual options here. One is being held on October 14th and another on September 18th. And I can register, and the registration process is very, very simple. So as a new person who's never been a member, never logged in, literally all I have to do is put my last name, first name, email ID, and some password, put my credit card information right here, click on the confirmation, and I'm done. That's it. I will receive an email, and with that email, there'll be a link that'll be for my portal. I click on that, and I can basically log in at this point of time. Now, since we have a little bit, low on time, so I'm going to log in as the next person. If you remember, we talked about was Stephen Jones. Stephen is already been a member, and Stephen has already been a member. He has completed courses. He's already been with the this association, XR Association, for a while. And you'll see what this logs into is my portal. Now, it's a key, very central component for everything for the member, from every aspect, whether it's membership, whether it's contributions, whether it's events, meetings, their bills, payments, tasks, even voting, policies, everything is in one place. And there's even a lot more depending on what my service position is, which you will see very soon. Right now, I'm just a member. I don't hold any specific service position, so my options here are very limited. So I can do this is my dashboard. Tells me my badges and points and things like that. I can renew my all those things I can do. But of course, we're going to focus on my learning. And so I can look at my classes. And by coming into my classes, I can see it's very easy, very intuitive. I can see on my home, I can see my courses that I've been working on that I can resume back. This is a Scorum content that's on demand. I can see in-person and virtual upcoming classes that I can look at. Now, these are different tabs. So I can look at, for example, in progress. I can look at upcoming. I can look at upcoming courses, and I can look at my completed courses. Now, I just remembered, I meaning Stephen Jones, I remembered, hey, wait a minute, you know what? I actually forgot to print out my my course completion certificate. And what I wanted to do was I can very easily print out my certificate from this course. And as you can see, the course is already marked as completed. Everything is right here. So I can click on download certificate, and here's my certificate. It's as simple as that. I'm just going into my completed courses, and I'm able to now get back to, get my certificate. I could have saved it. I could have printed it. I can do whatever I want with it. And of course, if you had multiple courses, there are filters available for you to filter by different ways. I can look at my upcoming courses, what's upcoming in the future, what's going on. I can look at my in progress as well. And this is a full-blown, as an LMS, it supports any kind of Scorum content. So when you're setting up a course, you can upload the Scorum files and they get uploaded to the library, the course library, and then it's automatically available. So since I've already registered for Excel and I've already been working on it, so I can just click here and resume course. And what this is doing right now is taking the Scorum content, making sure that it remembers where I left up, and is going to taking all that content and loading it up and on the Scorum player. And it's asking me, do you want to navigate to the last module viewed? And I want to say, okay. And what this is doing is that it is now taking me to this place. It's got 3 modules in it. And this is it's a very comprehensive Scorum content that was created using using videos and everything else. So I'm just going to show you for 2 seconds, that what it can do.
Great. We're going to be talking about Excel 2016 today. And Christina,
so what I wanted to just show you was this is a full-blown, this is any kind of Scorum content. Once you upload it to the library, what it does, it automatically, it it joins, it reads the Scorum content and knows what the bookmarks are, what the tags are, what the modules are, automatically reads it. You just have to point to the files and it takes care of everything. Once that is set up, as a user, it'll keep track of what I have done, what's in progress and all that. Now, in addition to that, some of the courses, if the courses require that I need to complete an assignment, then this shows me that I have an assignment that I have to submit as well. So once I've completed the course, I can come here and I can upload my assignment here, right here. And it says submission pending. I can upload now. Whatever my file is, I can click submit, and this will upload my assignment, and the instructor will automatically know that this assignment is now available to be reviewed and graded. And if your coursework requires this process of grading, or somebody giving you a pass fail or some kind of score is needed. And again, it's all configurable. It can be done anywhere you want. So again, there's a lot more, of course, I can show you here, but this gives you really, from a learner's perspective, I can come in, I can look at my previous stuff, I can download my certificates, I can look at my stuff that's coming up, I can upload my assignments, I can do, pretty much I can interact with the instructor as well, and submit whatever needs to be submitted. And of course, I can do all my training right here at any time I need to. Now, one of the things I wanted to mention was my portal component that you're seeing here as a web application. There is a branded app also available. It's a mobile app that is for the My Portal. It is branded, meaning it will be your association's app will be given and it'll be uploaded to Apple Store and Google Store with your logo and everything else with your look and feel. And everything, including playing of the Scorum content, everything else is available within that app as well. And so that's one thing I wanted to mention. Now, I'm going to shift gears and I'm going to now sign out, and I'm going to log in as Molly Wilson. Molly, if you remember, she is the instructor. So I'm going to show you what her experience is going to be like. Again, everybody is coming back to my portal because that is the central area, one area where everybody is coming, and depending on what your role is, and this is something that I want to show you here, is notice on the left side, on where, if you remember, it showed the service position. There is now a service position called instructor. So what has happened is that Molly was given a service position. Somebody inside of XR set up her as an instructor. So she became, her service position became an instructor. And then what happens is that everything that is available here on the left side on the menu, and what pages and what things that are accessible are driven by the service position. So my portal is central, but it is totally controlled by security. And there's many more functions that you can do from an AMS perspective, like chapter administrator. They can do many things, and it's all controlled by service position. In this case, Molly is an instructor. So she can be a learner as well. So she, of course, has her standard classes that she can do learning, but there's something new that shows up in her option, and she's called Manage Classes. Now, when she clicks on this, basically it takes her to the instructor dashboard, and the instructor dashboard is telling her on a glance that here are the things that you need to deal with. So it shows her there are two course 2 assignments that need to be graded, and then it shows up some of the upcoming classes, and it is showing up some of the assignments that are upcoming here. I can look at the current classes, I can look at upcoming classes, I can look at archived classes if she wanted to pick up something from an old class. And in the upcoming classes, so the workflow, the way this would begin typically is when Amy Gomez, who is the course director, would set up a course and assign Molly as the instructor. Molly would then see this as an upcoming class, and then she can then start to go into the course, and she can do a lot of the stuff. She can look at the course. She can look at the course material. So for example, she's already uploaded some documents, but I can very easily upload more documents. And these could be all the course materials that is required as I'm preparing. As an instructor, I can come here and look at the agenda for the class. I can edit the agenda because typically a lot of times associations want the instructors to take on the responsibility and enable them and empower them to create the agenda. So the instructors can create the agenda, they can edit it. This is the 3-day class where day 1, day 2, day 3, what time is the break, lunch break, and all that stuff. So you can very easy, very intuitive, very easily you can set up the whole agenda right here. And in addition to the agenda, I've uploaded a course material, I've fixed the agenda, I can look at the course details. Now, depending on your association, your organization, you may want to give some flexibility as to what all the instructors can change and what all they're not allowed to change. So that can be tailored also to your requirements and all these things, these fields, whether something instructor can change or not, that can be tailored as well. I can also look at how many people have registered. I can very easily see that, oh, okay, only 3 people have registered till now. And I can go into the details of the learners as well. One of the things that you're noticing here is mark attendance. Now, if it is an in-person class, then I can click this button and say mark the attendance. If it is a virtual class, and depending on the web conference provider that with our integration, if it's Zoom, for example, if the person comes into the class and they're attending through Zoom, it will then mark the attendance that way. If it is on demand, then once you've completed the course, it will also mark your attendance automatically. So typically, it's only in in-person cases where a person can, after the class come, and the instructor can mark the attendance. And of course, then the assignments, I have the ability to create new assignments. So course material is one thing, and assignments which people have to do that I have to work, I can basically go create the assignment. I can edit the assignment right here. I can add a new assignment by creating the assignment detail, the brief, resource description, document title, submission guidelines. I can put all that stuff right here and upload a file also with it. And so I can create the assignment. So as an instructor, everything that I need to do, I can do it simply by this My Portal environment and simply by just logging in here, and everything I can do right away in one place, and very easy to use environment. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you was the ability to grade assignments. So for example, I come in here and I can see there are 2 assignments left that I need to grade. So I can very simply come here. Now I'm looking at Mastering Excel, and I'm looking at this. This is the assignment, and when I open this up, you can see it's very intuitive to use. And I can see that these 3 people, I've already scored 1 assignment, but there are 2 left. So I can click on this assignment that is from Martha, and I can see Martha's profile. I can even dig into Martha's profile and see what all she has done, what courses she has done. And in this case, she submitted this assignment. I can download the submission and print it on my printer if I need to, or I can just review it right here, and then I can assign a grade right here. And I say, okay, well, I'm going to give, I'm going to put a grade right here, and I put a score here. I click on save, and I'm done. And at that point of time, all I have to do is just click next here. Now I'm looking at Mary Scott's assignment. So the 2 assignments, very easy. Click and go. Look at it here. Put a score. I can do this assignment review and scoring very easily right here. So if you remember now, as an instructor, I came in, I set up the course, I set up everything, edited the agenda, and then once I have delivered the course, I was able to come in and look at the assignments that were there that people submitted, that I can do the final scoring. So this kind of covers the full life cycle of Molly, who is the instructor. So now, let's now shift gears. We walked in Molly's shoes. Let's go in as Derek Taylor. Derek Taylor is an account administrator. Derek Taylor works for um, Northwell. Northwell is a member organization of XOR Association, and they have designated Derek as an account administrator. Sometimes this physician is also referred to as an education director. So he's the education director at Northwell, which is the member organization, and he's responsible for making sure people are getting the training and taking care of all that stuff. So we're just calling it an account administrator. It could be called in a different way. So here I am logging in now as an account administrator. Again, you will see that I have a different service position. It says account administrator, Northwell Health. So I am for Northwell Health member organization. I am the account administrator, and as an account administrator, I'm only showing you the features that I can do related to learning management module, but I can do many other things right here. Now, so here I can also learn. So of course, Derek has, as a learner, he has of course the same access as everybody, but there's new thing that show up, his manage LMS. And in that, he can do group registrations. He can buy bulk licenses or assign bulk licenses to employees. Now, for group registration process, again, is also very simple. I can click on a course, I can find the right course, and in that course, I can say, okay, you know what? I want to pick up this date, and I want to do group registrations for this one for, I can, if I had 20 people and I had an Excel worksheet, I can upload the Excel worksheet and it'll just populate the names here. Or I can, add one learner at a time. All I have to do is add the first name, last name, and email address, and I can say bill to organization. That's all I have to do. And I click save. The name gets added right here. The list comes in here. Automatically in the back office, Amy Gomez's team will automatically know, hey, a bunch of things came for group registration. They just click one button. It does process everything and creates one invoice for those 20 people. And then every learner automatically at that point of time gets an email. Hey, your course is ready here. Click here, which will be a link to my portal, and they can just come here, log in, and they're good to go. So it's as easy as that. Next thing that Derek can do is purchase bulk licenses. Here, it's more like, where I can say that, you know what, I want to buy X amount of licenses of this here. All I have to do is I can say purchase bulk licenses. I can say I want 20 licenses of this. And what it does is it looks at the quantity breaks. And this is using NetSuite's standard functionality of items and the quantity breaks that it automatically uses. And it shows you that there's a discount of 90 or of 20, or if I actually put 40 here, of course, it picks up the $70 price that is right here. So of course, then I can check out the checkout as simple as I can either do a credit card or I can say bill me later on. And that I can do. Next thing that I can do is I can assign the bulk licenses. So in this case, for example, I have purchased 5 licenses of Microsoft Excel, and I need to assign, need to assign those to some users. So I want to take this and I want to assign this to one learner, and I can see right here, all I have to do is click add learner. I can put in the first name, last name, email address, and click on save, and I'm done. At that point of time, the learner will receive an email saying you're good to go. Click here, which will be my portal. They will log in and they will see right here, and they'll access to the course like we showed you for the other learning under my learning, the learning module right here. One last thing that this person can do is also pay bills. Because this is a unified system, and again, if you were to, you can always use this as a standalone system as well. But if this is used as a unified system, I just click here. I can see Northwell has a bunch of invoices they need to pay, and I can click on the invoice, and I can put the credit card information right here. The moment I click on pay, it is hitting your financial system right away, because if you remember, this is one system. One system. There's no batching, there's no separate AR, there's nothing like that. The moment you hit pay, financial system already knows that there's a payment that came in, applied it to the invoice, and your AR is reduced. Simple as that. So that kind of completes the role of Derek Taylor. Now I'm going to show you is the back office portion. And in the back office portion, this is the NetSuite backend. And what you're looking at right here is the learning LMS module right here. I am logged in as Amy Gomez. You can see right here, my role is course director. All roles and permission are set up within NetSuite as different, all permissions are based on the role. So in this case, we created a role called course director, and they have access to all the backend portion of the LMS. If I was a membership manager, I would have different access, fundraising, all those different roles. But of course, typically one person typically would have one role. I'm just showing you many roles here. And when I come here, I'm already on my dashboard, on the Learning LMS dashboard. This is a very configurable dashboard. This is all throughout. NetSuite you can create role-based dashboards. You can have individualized dashboards. You can pretty much create any kind of reporting, analytical reports or dashboards or graphs, anything that you have, reminders, workflows, that's all built into the core system. And you can pretty much use it here. In this case, I have a reminder that is telling me there's one person registered for a program who's pending approval. Because that course required approval, that registration has to go through the approval process, which utilizes NetSuite's standard workflow engine. And I can create these graphs and reports. There's a lot of reports that come with it, and we tailor all these reports to your needs. Save searches is a query mechanism. This is again, I can write a query very easily. Any user can write a query. It's simple as that. It's click and go, and I can plug it here, right here as a dashboard. I can move things around. I can say, I can personalize it. I can add something new here, report snapshot, a trend graph, reminders, custom search. I can do it right here. It's as simple as that. So now let me just show you the internals, right? So let's look at one of the courses that we had set that we were looking on the web portion, on the web presence side that you were looking at. So I'm opening up a course here. This course is the Geriatric Emergency Nursing Education course. And this is, I can edit the course. You can see the levels, categories, audience, language, delivery format, course prerequisites. I can see all those things right here. I can see, if you remember, you saw price in the different formats, so different locations. So I can have this virtual, this is the date, and I'm doing a virtual course on October 14th, virtual another October on 18th, and in person I'm doing, this has already happened at this venue, so you have a venue. For virtual courses, you can select the web conference provider, whether it's Zoom or Microsoft Teams or WebEx, you can select that. And then you have course pricing. You can set up different course pricing for different delivery formats. And one of the advantages, if you are using this system as a unified system, because financial system is already linked into it, you can do a profit and loss or a P&L, revenue and expense statement at a click of a button for a specific course. So you would know, are you losing money? Or are you making money for a specific course or not, right here with just one click of a button? If you don't create assignments, whatever the instructor is doing and uploading assignments or what course curriculum, whatever they're doing, it automatically gets uploaded here. Course credit, course curriculums where you set up the modules, web display options. If you remember, overview, description, skills gained, what will you learn? All those things are very easily. All you have to do is which images do you want for product listing page? What do you want on the product detail page? Images, all that very easily is set up right here. Then of course you have, if this is an on-demand course, it automatically syncs up your Scorum course activity. So if I go into a edit mode, you will see a button that says upload Scorum content. And I click this button and all you do is you point to your Scorum files and it uploads the Scorum content. And it's because there is a lot of stuff, internal stuff it has to read to update our library. It reads all the tags, it reads all the points, bookmarks, it reads everything, and then it uploads it and puts it here. So when the person is then going to use it, we keep track of that using how the Scorum content is designed. And you can use any content authoring tool as long as it is Scorum compliant tool content. You can very easily by point and click, you can upload it right here. Same way, Same way you can look at the programs, and you can look at the programs right here. You can look at the programs and view whether it's a program. And again, the same thing you'll see. I think I might be at the tail end of my time, but I'll show you just a little bit here, and I think I am almost done. One of the things I wanted to recap here before, so the program, if you see here, it has the same things, web display options, but also it is what it does, this is where you define what courses make up the program and what tests, quizzes. The whole creation of the certification program is done right here. And again, you can look at the courses, programs, classes, registrations, and whole setup areas right here. And of course, there's a lot more time. At least we need 2 hours to really go through this fully. But you can see instructors, instructor type, venues, languages, audience category. And it does support, overall product supports multi-language, as I have shown. NetSuite itself, from ground up, the platform is multi-language, multi-currency. And of course multi-subsidiary as well, and also that my portal that I had shown you earlier is available as a mobile app as well. I think this kind of wraps up. If you remember, we had 5 people we wanted to look at. So we looked at Stan Brooks, new person, what they did. Stephen Jones, a member and learner. Then we looked at Molly's as an instructor. We looked at Derek, who was the account administrator. And then we went in as Amy, who is the course director, who works for XR, the association. And we looked at all aspects and all roles and how they journey and what they walk through their shoes, and showed you what all they can do. So overall, our approach is a very unified environment, or you can use it as a standalone. Absolutely no problems at all. You can use it as a standalone, and it'll work beautifully as a standalone package as well. And pretty much provides every aspect of a learning management system that you would need. So thank Reggie. That kind of wraps up. And any questions that you folks may have, let's go here. And that my contact information, I'm assuming, will be given as well as part of your information, but javi.sierra@sarlex.com. And if there are any questions, would love to answer those.
Oh, you were answering